Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna Makes It. Now I have got this envelope here. It says February kit on it. And this is a card kit from Kendra. It's called the Lucky Charm Card Kit Sampler. And this is from Kendra's Card Challenge. And Kendra sends out these sampler kits to, I think it's all access level. And you've got several pieces in here. You can make several cards. I'm going to make 2 on this video, but you could certainly make more than 2 with all of the pieces that are included here. But she pulls together sampler kits and she sends them to her members of her channel. And like I said, I believe this is the all access. If you're a VIP member, you get a full card kit. So you can see all the bits and pieces here. There are lots of different things. Now, I did scan the QR code, and I believe this is Echo Park Lucky Charms 6x6 pattern paper and some of the little pieces, cut-aparts that come with it. Now, I took a minute, and I kind of paired up some card base with some pattern paper and some of these little cut-aparts, and we are going to make 2 very quick cards. I'm going to use these 3 pieces here along with this little cut apart, and we're going to create a Happy St. Patrick's Day card. And then I'm going to take these 2 pieces here with the horseshoes and this Lucky Charm beer mug cut apart, and we're going to use it. I have a brother-in-law who loves St. Patty's Day, and he also loves beer. So I think this would be a fun card to put together. So these are just the bits and pieces, and I'm just going to get started just pulling them in. And we're going to keep it really simple. She did a lot of the work for us in that she's cut some panels that are already made to layer on the cardstock. And so all you got to do is figure out which pieces you want to put with what. So I'm going to make a card very quickly. I will tell you that this card kit was over the visor in my car. I had picked it up at the post office and put it over the visor and we must have gone somewhere else and I forgot it was there. And today, when I got in my car, I saw it and I pulled it out and I thought, I'm going to work with it today. So that is where it is, where it was. And I'm kind of working on this at the last minute. I had actually an appointment with my nephew to get my hair done, and we kind of ran late on it. And then when I got finished with that, I had some design team work that I had to get loaded, and then I realized I didn't have the video ready for my channel yet. So I thought I'm just going to pause a minute and work with this kit that Kendra sent to me and put a couple cards together. And it was a super quick and easy way to put together some cards. So if you haven't played along with Kendra's Card Challenge, you should go to www.kendrascardchallenge.com and check it out. Basically what Kendra does is each quarter she provides a cutting guide and a set of sketches for 15 different cards that you can play along with. You can get the cutting guide and the sketches for free if you join her free membership on Patreon, and you can participate in that. And then if you have a paid membership, the all access or the VIP, you get these card kits that she mails out monthly. And it's always super fun to get the kits from her because you never know what kind of product you're going to get. And likely it's probably something that you don't have and that you might not order. So it's kind of fun to have a variety of things to work with. So I've just layered these 2 panels up. I'm using the Lucky Clover strip there that was included just because we're going to use this Happy St. Patrick's Day that has the clovers on the front of it. And I thought it would just tie the 2 pieces in together. So I'm just going to grab a couple of strips of foam tape and we're going to get this put on the back of here, and then we'll just pop this up. These cards are going to come together really quick. It's a pretty short video, but it actually worked out for me since I was late with getting my hair done and had not got my video ready, and it allowed me to put something together pretty quickly. And I think it's a very nice card. So I'm just going to look at some of the other bits and pieces that we've got laying here. And since I'm just going to make 2 cards, I thought I should use some of these scraps to embellish the inside of the card. Now here's some more of that Lucky Clover paper, and we've just got a strip of it. And I'm just going to use it to embellish the inside of this card. and just kind of bring some of the detail from the outside onto the inside of the card and make it a little bit more interesting. So we'll just give that a press. And I thought that it could be fun to just put this pinch me on the inside of it. I think it's kind of funny. It's a cute little kind of ode to the holiday. And I'm just going to lay it down inside there, and this will be a fun little card. And that's all there is to it. Now we're going to go on to a second one. The second one I think will be fun for my brother-in-law, who likes St. Patty's Day and likes a good beer mug. And I'm just going to get to working on it. We'll get it assembled. And oddly enough, I didn't have any side folding card bases. I only had top folded left in my little bin, so I had to actually cut one and score it so that we can have a side fold so that I can do a landscape card instead of a portrait. Because I want to do that because of our little horseshoes and the direction that the pattern paper is. And I'm just going to take and layer these up. And this paper is double-sided, so you have options. And I'm kind of considering the orange, but I really like the green on green with the little cut-apart that I'm going to use. And so ultimately, I'll just decide to go with it like that, and that's what we're going to do. So we'll just get some glue on here, and we'll get this panel laid down, and then we're going to layer some pattern paper on it. We're going to use our cut-aparts, and we're going to have another very fast card. One of the challenges, I actually made 15 St. Patty's Day cards with the Kendra's Card Challenge. It's been maybe a year ago, maybe a couple years ago. Seems like it's been a minute since I've done that, but I did make a full set of 15 St. Patty's Day cards. So my card base was off a little bit in comparison to the panel that she sent me, so I just trimmed it down. Now, I know this is actually taller than what I want it to be for my to layer, and so I'm going to just trim a little bit off the top of this, and it'll make it fit better on my layers. And we're going to go with it. So we'll just get this pattern paper laid down on there, and then we've got our cut apart, and we're going to have another quick card. Now, I haven't forgot about those 3 dark green embellishments that were included in the kit, and I'm going to use those as well. So we'll just give this a good press. And we've got our Lucky Charm beer mug we're going to get laid down on there. And it's got some really fun pattern paper on the back. I love that stripe. Super fun. You could do a lot of things with it. The different pieces and the different elements. So I'm just going to kind of center that up. And then I'm going to look at my bits and pieces and see what I might want to add on the inside of this card. And I really like this Lucky. It's got a little bit of a unevenness about it. And I started to use this trimmer, and then I decided, no, I think I can cut it better. I can see it better to cut it if I just use my big Tim Holtz scissors, which those are great for cutting a nice straight edge. I'm just going to trim that little piece off of there. It had like a darker color on it, and you could tell that it wasn't even. So I'm just kind of comparing this, and it's a little bit longer than what I need. And at first I think maybe I can get both of the hats on there if I trim down this side, but ultimately it'll still be too long. And then I'll just wind up cutting the other hat off, and then we'll just center it, and we'll place this Lucky on the inside of the card. So I'm just going to grab my scissors and just cut that other hat off. The colors on the other hat didn't really speak to me in relationship to the colors that we're using on this card here anyway. So we're just going to go with this. And I'm just looking to see if there's something else that I might want to layer up with it in this stack of stuff. And ultimately, I decided to just go ahead and lay this straight down on there. And again, we've got some more of that striped pattern paper on the back. So you definitely have choices when you're working with the kits. And I'm just going to give it a press, and I think it's fun. I'm just looking at the other bits and pieces thinking, is there something else I could pull in on the inside of it? And so I've got my little green enamel dots there, and I'm just going to add them to this beer mug card. And at first I thought I'd put it up there, and I'm like, nope, I'm going to put it around the sentiment. And I'm going to position 2 above it and then 1 below it. And I'm going to keep kind of a straight line angle on that. And there we go. And I'm just looking at all my bits and pieces and seeing what I've got left. And I could certainly make some more cards with it. Now, I saw this Lucky, and we've got the same color as our mug. And I thought, I'm going to add this just for a little extra interest on this particular card here. And I've got several strips of pattern paper there. I could certainly make another card if I wanted to, but we're going to just show these 2. So we've got the Happy St. Patrick's Day, and we've got our Lucky Lucky Charm card. So thanks for watching. I hope you like it. If you did, consider hitting that like. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.